Hi, welcome to our podcast, Above Deck, a below deck breakdown podcast. I'm Sarah Goldman, a photographer and former marine biologist living in Charleston, and with me is my college roommate and co-host, Kelli.
I'm Kelli Busby, an executive assistant and former radio host living in Columbus. Together, Sarah and I hosted the Socks with Sandals radio show on WFAL in Bowling Green, Ohio, and we are back at it again this week to discuss Below Deck and our love of all things Bravo.
Today we'll be discussing Below Deck Med Season 8, Episode 11, Safety Dance.
Here's your recap. On the crew night out, Kyle thinks Jack is turning Lily against him, and Luka and Jess drop anchor. Toomey deals with Kyle's paranoia and Lily's inexperience. Haleigh takes the guests scuba diving, and Sandy is not happy with the deck's team schedule. So, Sarah, what'd you think?
I felt like this episode is really setting up a lot that's going to happen next week. A lot did happen, though. It felt like it took me forever to take notes on this one.
It was a lot. And I think, too, Sandy is not happy with their schedule. I just don't think she's happy with them at all right now.
No. Yeah, this is kind of like that mid-season slump where people start to get complacent. It seems to happen every season.
Honeymoon's over.
Exactly. So the episode picks up with the crew night out. Kyle is stirring up trouble with Jack and Lily when those two are getting on so well. And Toomey says Kyle is a stick of dynamite. He doesn't even need a match.
Jack and Lily were enjoying their time together. And so why does this bother Kyle so much?
I know.
Because they're laughing and having fun. Is it FOMO? I don't know.
He's the fun police.
I guess. So Jack brought up a really good point. If Natalia was the drama, why is there still drama?
Good question. So meanwhile, Sandy finds a huge mess on the boat in the crew mess.
Did we know that the crew was in charge of keeping that area clean?
I don't think we realized. Yeah, it's the deck team that's in charge of that.
Yeah.
I don't know that we really realized that. So yeah, but that's just common courtesy.
Right.
So the crew heads to the bar, tequila all around. Max is really into Lily, and Luka and Jess are flirting like crazy, and they're really complimenting each other's teeth, how white they are.
Your teeth are super white.
Yours are better.
You're so pretty. Oh my.
That was funny.
I've been out of the game for a really long time. Is this what flirting is like now? Like, I don't know.
Maybe those two are just really into teeth. I don't know. So Kyle tells Lily she should form her own opinion about him and said Jack has been against them from the beginning. Don't think that's true. And Jack will separate her from the rest of the interior team.
And he's telling her all of this right in front of Jack.
I know.
And at the same time, Jack's like, quiet. Didn't say a thing.
Yeah. So Lily gives Toomey a heads up that Kyle is trying to get her involved in the drama, and she wants no part of it.
Good for her. I hope she remembers she said that.
Yeah. So back on the boat, I think it's safe to say that Luka and Jess drop anchor. And I'm not sure what Max and Lily do, but they fall out of bed and they take all of the bedding with them.
I think we'll just say they had a great time, even if they don't remember it very well.
Yes. So the next day, Lily is incredibly hungover, and this is where the puke counter begins. And you texted me, you watched this before I did, and you were like, puke emoji, there is a puke counter. And I was thinking, how terrible would it be to be mic'd up when you're sick?
No, thank you. No, thank you. I will say I'm really hoping that she doesn't drink that heavily again because one, it sounded painful, but two, that means that she's a puker. Like, it's just, we can't. No, thank you. Yeah. So the next morning when read my notes real quick.
When Luka and Max are kissing. I missed that part, Kelli.
I think that's when the phone rang earlier. Anyway, so when Luka and Max were kissing and telling each other, in Max's green screen, he mentions how emerald Lily's eyes are, and they're so beautiful. Yeah. Wait a minute. Last week they were blue. And really, last week to us is just like the day prior to them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
So
did mention her blue eyes.
I don't know her name, but she has blue eyes.
Yeah.
You know,
So
like
now they're emerald. They're like the sea, ever changing.
ever changing.
So Jack and Toomey go talk on the sun deck, and Jack explains what happened the night before. And okay, so why is Kyle so paranoid about people turning on him? It's obviously something that has happened to him in life before, so he feels like he has to be defensive all the time, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
But Toomey has made it her duty to keep Kyle under control.
Good luck, sis. All I could say.
Yeah. So Sandy calls Luka to the bridge, tells him about the state that she found the crew mess in last night, and Toomey talks to Kyle, tells him he's overstepping, and he admits that he has blocked Jack on social media. Like, WTH, Kyle?
I still don't understand. Like, is this like a real diss to be
Apparently.
blocked or I mean, whatever, but
Yeah.
I feel like Kyle though was talking out of both sides of his mouth on that, and I don't get it. And I also feel like nothing was accomplished in that conversation.
No, yeah, really nothing.
Yeah.
But at least Toomey's kind of let him know, like, I'm keeping an eye on you. You know, I know what you're doing.
Can I tell you something really
Yeah.
quick? I'm upstairs. I'm in my room. Mallory's getting ready to go to volleyball.
Uh-huh.
And this waft of Bath and Body Works spray scent has just like taken over my room. I'm like,
what scent is it?
Probably vanilla bean or red gingham or something like that. I mean, it smells delicious, but I mean, it's just like, I don't know where I'm like, yeah.
That's really funny. The lifeguard at the pool the other day, as soon as they switched lifeguards, I could smell her. And after a while, I was like, what scent is that? It smells so good. And she's like, I don't know. My mom got it for me. I'm like, well, it smells like Bath and Body Works, like a country apple. And she's like, yeah, it might be something like that. And I'm probably her mom's age. And she's like, oh yeah, my mom loves those old school scents. I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're the best.
You mean classic, amazing, what that store and company are built on scents? Thank you very much.
Yes, exactly.
Like sun-ripened raspberry and pearberry and cucumber milk.
Exactly. So
this segment was not brought to you by Bath and Body Works. However,
yeah, Les Wexner. We are local Columbus people.
That's right.
So does Les Wexner still own Bath and Body Works? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so back to Below Deck. Toomey in her green screen says, I really cannot be handling men in their 30s. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah. No. And to me, this is probably a good lesson that this is just how it is dealing with
how it is.
Men in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Preference sheet meeting. We have Mike Stevens. He's a CEO of a dental implant company in California. His wife is Connie, and they're going to be there with their friends. They want to go snorkeling and diving at the Christ of the Abyss statue. It's an underwater monument. And I was like, wait a second, that's in Key Largo. Well, it turns out there's more than one. So there is one in Key Largo at John Pennycamp Coral Reef State Park, a very shallow snorkeling site. They want a dinner that's 007 Casino Royale themed. They also want late night snacks. I was thinking, yes, put that on my preference sheet. And opera singing.
Okay. Opera singing. I like it. Out there, but okay, we'll take it.
Okay. Sandy goes to wake Lily up, and she says she needs 20 minutes to get ready. She's very late for her shift at this point.
I mean, everybody's been checking on her, and Max even said you need to get up, you need to move your body, you need to like work the poison out, because that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So she gets up, and Jess tells her go clean the day heads, and she also says, and please go clean ours too. Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's a good call.
Lily looks like death walking, or what's the phrase? Death frozen over? Or is it hell frozen over? Death warmed over?
Death warmed over. Okay. Yeah.
Well, whatever. She looks like that.
What is your, in memory, your worst hangover?
Oh gosh. I was in Charleston the summer before our senior year of college.
Okay.
And I don't remember what I was doing the night before, but I remember volunteering at the aquarium and like had like a table with some kind of display, and I had to like entertain children, and I just felt either still drunk or hungover, but it was miserable. Like
Oh my
absolutely
God, I can't even
miserable.
imagine.
Just listening to like screaming children at the aquarium. What about you?
The night before my wedding.
Really?
The morning of my wedding,
Oh
yes.
my
The night before my
God.
wedding, we were like, we're just gonna do like it was just me and my two bridesmaids. And I'm like, we're just gonna go, we're gonna have a shot and a beer. And the shot went down really smooth, and it was Jaeger.
Ew, gross.
It was a redheaded
Slut.
Yeah. And they tasted like candy. And so you took one and then you had a beer to go with it. Then we had another one and then a beer to go with it. And then somebody found out I was getting married. So he gave us another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember much more.
Wow.
A lot of beer. I think we ended up doing straight Jaeger.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So I was just grateful my wedding wasn't until like 6:30 that night.
Oh, that was
because
a blessing.
I was like, I'm sitting there getting my hair done like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
I can't believe you went out the night before.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next time I got super hungover like that was the weekend after my divorce was finalized. So there you go. Common theme.
That's awesome. Wow.
Good
Wow.
times.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow. So
back to below deck.
that night, like 7 o'clock at night, Lily is still throwing up. That's really bad. So
yeah,
it turns out that Laura has a love of opera, and I too think I can sing really well when the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack plays. And you just really got to appreciate her enthusiasm.
I love that song.
Mhm.
Think of Me. I used to play that on the piano all the time.
Oh, neat.
But I knew I could never sing. So I knew. I love how Laura said that she's destined to be an opera singer in her green screen.
She's still
with a straight face, and then she loses it. I'm like, God, so funny. Too funny.
Oh, that was so funny. So the next day, Toomey has a meeting with all the stews, and Sandy calls down. She does not have any clean shirts.
How hard is it to do laundry? Like, seriously.
I know, even if you had like almost no experience, wash, dry, hang, iron, steam, like it's not that
Make
hard.
it look nice.
Yeah, it's really not that hard. That's like your one major job. So Jess and Toomey find that nothing is ironed in the laundry room. It's a mess, and they're like struggling to get stuff done, and then the guests arrive.
Oh my gosh.
These guests are all over the place. They said they had champagne for breakfast, and one guest, I think his name is Amish, is slurring his words, throwing stuff.
We're gonna have our hands full with him.
Yeah, did you see the preview for next episode?
How much champs did he have before they got there?
I mean, they arrived at like 12:15. So, wow, that was some breakfast. So, thankfully, Amish sleeps through lunch, and the guests eat steak and pasta. Love it. And so then they get to do some water sports, and Laura, Luka, Kyle, and Toomey discuss the deck schedule. And Kyle says he needs help after midnight because, like, if all the deck team is asleep and if he's the only stew up, you know, that's a lot of running around for him.
I think it's a good call too, especially after seeing these guys here for just the first, couple hours that they're there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be alone anyway.
Exactly. So Haleigh gets to go diving with the guests.
How lucky was she?
So cool. So Jack and Lily go talk on the bow, and she's having a hard day, obviously. And Jack points out that she was 5 hours late to work the day before. And she's like, you know.
I enjoyed how Jack just says that like so even keel. He's just like, I mean, you were late 5 hours.
5 hours. Not 15 minutes. 5 hours.
Hours.
I don't think she would have gotten up at all if they hadn't, if Sandy hadn't gone down there. So crazy.
Yeah.
So we finally get some more screen time for Haleigh. Yay. Finally. Diving is what got her working on boats in the first place. And she said she has over 15,000 logged dives. Now,
that's insane.
You know her age. and you know my age. So for reference, I've been diving since 1999 and I have like 650 or something like that.
Wow.
So she obviously had many jobs where she worked as a dive master, instructor. Like that's an incredible amount.
That's awesome.
So cool. So Max gets to go too. He's having the best time snorkeling with the guests.
He's living his best life right there, isn't he?
And it's a beautiful dive site. And the guests are really impressed with Haleigh's diving skills. They can tell she is very comfortable in the water.
Same. So have you ever gone diving in a place like that?
No.
Like where there's things under
yeah, monuments, but not like, I don't know, looking at what it looked like underwater, there was like maybe some seaweed and like grasses and also coral and rocks, and I haven't seen anything that looks like that. So definitely when we go to the Med, I will definitely go diving.
Well, obviously. It's already on the list.
So meanwhile, on the boat, Luka is texting Natalia and saying that he misses her.
What? Time out.
Yeah.
Didn't he just drop anchor with Jess the night before?
He did. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you Scorpio, you.
Luka wants some drama.
Luka.
So the guests get back from diving and Luka sends Haleigh down for a 2-hour break. And Laura says Luka should have given them more breaks earlier in the day. Also, think how tired Haleigh and Max are probably from the excursion with diving.
Absolutely. So I think he should have given out some more breaks too. This could make for a very bad evening for everyone.
Yes.
They're all going to be tired and grumpy and hangry, and it's just not good.
Yeah, and just being out in the sun all that time, they're going to be exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
So Toomey has arranged for a mentalist to come on board, and now the mentalist needs to be picked up at the dock, but the deck team has already pulled all the boats out of the water for the night. And Laura's totally right. The bosun and chiefs should have had a meeting. They should have a meeting every day and be like, this is the plan for the day.
Right.
I definitely feel like it's more on Toomey because she was the only one that knew that the mentalist was coming. This was.
I think we used to see Faye and Lewis talk on Adventure all the time, and she would say, "This is what we're doing," and they would fight, but conversation would still happen.
Yeah,
and they would have like the tender available and everything.
So tonight is the James Bond dinner. Before dinner, the guests go to talk to the mentalist and they're confused about why he's there. Remember, they did not request this. But they do kind of get into it. He seems like more of a magician though, right? Than a mentalist.
He's like a street performer. Especially based on his outfit.
He was cute. I don't know about the sleeveless look for nighttime yacht adventure. I thought they were going to be talking to dead people. Is that what you thought?
No, but that's okay. That's hilarious.
I thought they were going to have like a seance or I don't know, tell them things about themselves that only he knew. I don't know.
When I come to visit you, we're going to go. I want to see one of those kind of people.
Okay. I think there probably is one, at least a palm reader or something on James Island. So, all right, that would be hilarious. Okay. Well, that's one item we have on our list. Okay, so during dinner service, there are no deckhands available. Laura, Max, and Haleigh are sleeping. Luka's driving the mentalist to the dock, and Sandy gets on the radio and asks, where are all the deckhands? And she said there must always be 2 deckhands up in case of an emergency, like they have to re-anchor or whatever. And she's pissed, and Luka has got to figure out the schedule.
Yeah, this is not good. She's just... And so her honeymoon phase is over. Everybody else's honeymoon phase is over, and it's just going to be.
Yeah.
So I will say, though, that next week's episode looks juicy.
So juicy. Yeah. We have like guest drama. Ooh, yeah. No, it looks good. Is this the one where Natalia is going to make an appearance? Maybe. I don't know if that's next week or not, but man, it looks good.
Good times.
I wanted to talk about maybe we could introduce a segment with Max quotes like we did with Captain Lee. Maybe metaphors with Max, something that. And then we could insert him, saying something.
Oh yeah. No, I love that. It's a
Okay,
great
they're
idea.
not all metaphors, but M goes with M. So, okay, well, now it's time for our segment Metaphors with Max. Okay, here are the two that I found from this episode. I'm Peter Pan and I will never be serious.
Love that one. So cute.
And I really like Lily with her beautiful emerald eyes. I feel like it's Christmas, you know? Just love him.
Oh, Max, you're warming up. Like we're warming up to you so much, and I'm so excited.
You're
And I can't
awesome.
wait for this segment to continue on. It's going to be good.
All right, let's take a quick break and we'll come back with Hot Tub Convo. It's time for Hot Tub Convo, where we discuss what's happening with our favorite Below Deck cast members.
Colin just sailed parlay home to New Zealand last week, and Aisha took a tender ride out to the boat to meet him for his welcome home party. How cool is that?
This was cool. I kind of forgot that they were both from New Zealand, and obviously they
Yeah.
would know each other because they've been on the franchise a long time.
Yeah.
But I loved all the footage of them on the boat together and all the people that were there with signs like welcoming him home. Very cool.
I wonder the last time he was home, like home.
Oh, I don't think the boat has been there in like 6 years, but he, I think, has been there, you know, like I
Okay.
think he's flown home for things. But yeah, this is, I wonder how long he's going to stay and like kind of what the next thing is, but I have to check into his YouTube channel and see what's next.
So exciting for him.
Haleigh. So
Okay.
here's what's happening on Winter House. This is from last week. I have to say, I'm kind of bored with Winter House. Like, you can only watch people partying and getting drunk like so much. Also, there was very little Aisha in the episodes that she was on because they're focused on like drama with relationships and stuff. But I just want like silly Aisha stuff. Anyway,
Right.
Danielle and Alex are still dropping anchor, but he's keeping his options open, talking to random girls at parties. They had a cowboy party at the house. Malia at the party broke her 7-month dry spell and kissed a girl named Hannah. She said she's straight, but she's just having fun. Katie Flood and Tom Schwartz went into a bathroom together. We saw this in the previews. She opened the door and threw her bra out into the hallway because it had her mic on it. I don't know how far they got.
Yeah, I wonder what they were doing.
I know. I don't think they got real far because Aisha went to bed really early because she was drunk, and then she woke up to go pee and she walked right into the bathroom with Katie and Tom in there, and Tom yelled, "I'm pooping." That was honestly the best part of the episode. But she said, "I have to pee," and she just like pushed her way in. That killed the mood, and they left and went to bed. So apparently all that happened really was some rolling around on the bathroom floor, which sounds disgusting. So now Tom has left to go back to film the Vanderpump Rules reunion, like the infamous one. And it's going to be interesting to see if he comes back. So that's your Winter House recap.
That's a lot of stuff.
I know.
A lot of, yeah. Okay. So some Below Deck folks were on the inauguration cruise of the latest celebrity cruises ship, Celebrity Ascent. So Captain Sandy and her sister are the ship's co-godmothers. I think that's neat. I didn't know that was a thing.
I know. That's so cool. I'm going to have to look that up.
So also on board, Captain Glenn, Captain Carrie, Chef Dave, Taylor Ann Green from Southern Charm was there also. So very cool.
Yeah, I love seeing all their stories and stuff. Dave hasn't really posted much about this, but I want to hear about what he thought about the food. And I've never been on a cruise, but if they ever do like a Below Deck cruise or a Brav, like we get word that any of these, like we should just go do it. That would be really fun.
Hells yeah.
And these celebrity ones are supposed to be really incredible.
Yeah, I've heard awesome things. And the celebrity cruises, I think, are the female captain whose name is
Kate. Captain Kate.
I really want to meet her because I think she's amazing.
She's awesome. This particular ship, this new one, Celebrity Ascent, has 2 brothers that are captains.
Oh, cool.
Like, very cool. I think I sent you their link on Instagram. They make some funny Instagram reels. So, yeah, super cool. So, another thing I noticed was that Chef Dave and Zee have been sharing a lot of photos together and videos. and they're shopping for groceries, they're grilling, they're having fun. So I messaged Dave just to find out if they're working together again. And he said they're living together at the moment.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
I'm not sure
in
exactly.
The US?
I don't know if they're in the US or if they're in the Med, but anyway, love seeing them together.
They're great. All right, it's time for our segment, Join Me in the Wheelhouse, where we decide who needs to see Captain Sandy for a stern talking to. Sarah, who do you choose?
I choose Lily for drinking too much, not keeping up with laundry, and also Luka for not doing a good job on the deck schedule. Hopefully he'll get it straightened out.
So Lily, come on up. We got a sausage egg McMuffin for you to try and kill the hangover. And Luka, we're going to show you how to do a schedule. So come on up.
Yeah, we're very organized. We could do a schedule. I feel sure. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Above Deck. Thank you to our team at Hurrdat Media, especially Grace, Pat, and Danielle. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to tell a friend, and please rate and review us 5 stars only.
Please follow us on Instagram at abovedeckpod. You can email us at abovedeckpod@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can also watch us on the Hurrdat Media YouTube channel. Until next week, I'm Kelly Busby.
And I'm Sarah Goldman. See you next time.